long hours, being overworked, that ain't gonna cut it for me. The government literally calls foreigners aliens. Layho, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ivan, aka Ivan the Panda, and it's been a while since I've actually talked with you guys, so grab a snack and I'll catch you up on what's been going on in my life and why I left South Korea. Living in South Korea was a roller coaster of a journey. Like a river, it had its ebb and its flows. It was my first experience living and working abroad by myself. I got to make new friends, try new foods, and travel to some amazing places within Korea. But one of the reasons why I decided to leave South Korea was because of my living situation. I never showed you my place or did a house tour because I wanted to spare you the eyesore. When I first moved in, my heart literally sank and I had mental breakdowns on multiple occasions because of how dirty my place was. Cockroaches, rubbish everywhere, clumps of dust, mold. It was like a scene from Hoarders. I'm getting PTSD thinking about it. But in that moment, I told myself, what can I do to make this situation less shittier? So I spent days deep cleaning, shopping for homeware, so that my place was at a livable standard. To give you an insight of what my life in rural South Korea was like, here's what my English teacher Chingu Jess had to say.
I remember just having a completely blank mind, kind of like, this is it? This is my life now? This is what I've moved into? As you know, and as I know, when we arrived it was certainly not what we were expecting. Just this sense of, technically I'm in good hands, it's a government program and everything, but why do I feel so uneasy? Those 24 hours were really rough until I met you in that cafe as we were both desperately searching for Wi-Fi to communicate to the outside world that we had made it to our homes.
I was counting down the days when I could finally move out because after my 6-month lease ended, I definitely could not see myself living there longer. There were some positives. My place was spacious, I had a super sweet landlord, and also my bestie Jess was only a short 15-minute walk away from me. So Yesan will always have a fond place in my heart, but definitely not my accommodation. I genuinely loved my work, although at first it was difficult adjusting to the work environment and also balancing my work and social life. But after a few weeks I got into the swing of things. My workload was not too overwhelming, my commute to work was not too bad, and also, as you've seen, I had the best kids. One thing that I did notice was that some of the English teachers I knew felt like they weren't a part of the school, whether that's because of the language barrier, work culture, or some other things, but I could definitely see how this could be a big issue. At my main school, I was lucky enough to have a good working relationship with my mentor teacher Kayla, who helped me feel acknowledged and a part of the school. She invited me to field trips with the kids and school events, and I'm grateful because I know that's not common for foreign English teachers here in South Korea. In my first week, I was asked if I would stay longer with the school, but I said no. And this was back in my mental breakdown, I hate my accommodation era. Looking back, I do not regret my decision at all. After my work contract ended, just like other foreigners, I could have stayed in South Korea longer, working at a hagwon, which is a private academy for students. But hagwons can be especially toxic in the work environment. Long hours, being overworked, and that ain't gonna cut it for me. I made a lot of new friends in South Korea, but most of them decided not to stay. And I've learned after my 2020 exchange that once I have good memories associated with the place, it's hard for me to stay without those people that I experienced those memories with. I don't know if y'all can relate, but I know for me, if I stayed longer and I didn't have my network of crazy foreigners to go to, I don't think I would survive. And I know I could make new memories, new friends, but it just wouldn't be the same. One of the biggest reasons why I chose to leave South Korea was more about the society and how they discriminate and how they mistreat foreigners. I've seen so many foreigners talk a lot about these issues, and my Korean friends would agree as well. The government literally calls foreigners aliens. I just did not like how at some clubs foreigners would be denied entry, yet some of those clubs would be playing Western music. Make it make sense.
Try to go to this club called Club Purple in Hongdae, and they don't let in foreigners because of COVID. Do not come here. We can't come in?
Yes.
Why?
Only Korean.
Why?
I speak no English.
But you're speaking English now.
Not gonna be what I'm doing.
Although my experience was a bit different because on the surface I didn't look exactly like a foreigner, I still felt like it was difficult to feel a part of society. Will goes in more depth in these kind of sentiments in his video, which I completely agree with, so if you want to check it out, I'll put the link in my description below. So what did I do after leaving South Korea? I flew from Korea all the way to Australia. I went to Brisbane and Melbourne and got to visit some of my friends and family. At that point, Jacinda got rid of hotel quarantine so I could fly back to New Zealand for my graduation. Yes, your boy graduated. Finally got to graduate after COVID postponing it for months and months and months.
We are the lovesick girls. 내 멋대로 내 사랑을 끝낼 순 없어. We are the lovesick. All them pictures is my sons, but who's the daddy? I graduate with honors. I ball NATO Connor. I did a freestyle, then I got a shout out from
So I finally closed that chapter of university.
Well, that's never
and
gonna happen.
what next? There was a long period after where I was looking for work, and grads out there, I know y'all can relate. Finding jobs can be very stressful, and I know it was for me, but I found one which I'll talk about a bit later in the video. So after securing a job, I went on another holiday to Australia. So as you can tell, I might love Australia a bit too much. But where am I now, you may ask? I am in Hong Kong. So I got a job here teaching English. Basically the same thing I did in South Korea, but with a different program here in Hong Kong. I've also been on a little social media detox, especially from Instagram, so I'm gonna put more effort into my YouTube channel and create more content for you guys. More vlogs coming your way. So don't forget to like, comment down below, and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Like a train on a track. The days are
A,
over.
B, C, D,
E, F,
G.
Permission to dance.
Permission to dance. Na 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 na.